Yes, now we see general guidelines for yogic practices. So directly we can't do yoga. We need some sort of a preparation before doing yoga. So those points are there here. Let us see them. A brief prayer could be recited or chanted to create a calm atmosphere before beginning yoga practices. Okay, before beginning yoga practices, we need to um, chant, recite opening prayer. Okay, we call it as opening prayer or beginning prayer. They are there in the slides. We just look at them later. See, second point, it is crucial that the body be prepared with light exercise. This is very important before getting into asanas. Okay, light exercise, that is called Sukshma Vyayama, including knee, ankle bendings, finger movements, hand clenching, wrist, elbow, shoulder rotations, and eye movement. After this, Surya Namaskaras can be performed. Surya Namaskaras also comes under loosening exercise only. Then go for asana, asanas, pranayama, breathing techniques, and dhyana meditation. Third point, both the physical and mental components of yoga require consistent practice. So consistent everyday practice, daily practice, it is needed. That's why yoga is a way of life. Okay, we can't perform for 2 months, 3 months and we stop. No, it is performed throughout the life. uh, Patience is a crucial prerequisite for yoga. It is very important point. Patience is very important. So if you feel within 2 3 days um, doing yoga, if you want to lose your weight, no, it's not like that. You can lose your weight, but there will be the period of time. It takes a little bit time, and again your um, this yoga practice must be correct, in the correct path. Is it? Everything must be followed. If you struggle today to perform a yoga, certain asana, or adhere to a moral concept of conduct, don't give up. You must be persistent in your efforts. So you have to continuously practice, practice, practice. Success will eventually arrive. Work together instead of competing. Here talking about a competition. On the path of yoga, a competitive mentality. Okay, we are talking about a competitive mentality unquestionably detrimental, very dangerous, very dangerous. This competitive mentality on the path of yoga is very dangerous. While competitions nourish us ego, okay, they increase us our ego, but yoga enables, okay, enables us to transcend it. This yoga, when you do yoga, your ego will not increase. These competitions, that culture, that competitions nourish us, nourish our ego, but this yoga stops that increasing ego. We won't feel ego. We don't have that ego. Next, yogic techniques should be studied under the direction of an expert teacher. This is very important point. Under the expert, we have to learn the yoga. Certain yoga practice should be performed on an empty stomach. Certain, certain. Okay, or one that is very light. See, after minimum after 4 hours eating food, we have to practice this yoga. The duration is, otherwise you have to, if you take very light food, then also you can perform these asanas. You shouldn't practice yoga if you are rushed or worn out. Worn out is nothing but tired. Okay, when you are in hurry, so don't practice this yoga. When you are tired, don't practice. Yoga practices shouldn't be done on a hard surface. and the location you choose for your practice should be well ventilated, clean, and quiet. So we are talking about a place where we do yoga. That location must be very nice. Ventilation must be there. It must be cleaned. Yeah, the place must be quiet. Use warm or cold water, talking about water, drinking water, depending on the person's needs. So some people they need lukewarm water, some people they don't like lukewarm water, they like cool water, cold water, like their requirement, depending upon their requirement and the time of year, that is summer season, winter season, like other seasons. Next, while engaging in yoga exercise, one should wear loose, very important point, loose comfortable clothing. This clothing is very important in yoga. So you can't wear tight dresses and do yoga. So very comfortable dressing is needed while doing yoga. Keep breathing as naturally as possible. Talking about breathing, we have to keep our breathing as naturally as possible. Okay, sometimes uh, most of the times we follow this technique. It's not to be manipulated unless instructed specifically to do so. Okay, maximum we keep this breathing as naturally as possible while getting into asanas, while doing asanas. Sometimes when it is needed we inhale and we exhale. This breathing pattern must be natural. Yogic techniques have limitations, very important. We have to see these limitations. Before beginning yogic practices, let your teacher know if you have any health issues. Very important point. This is before you are getting into asana, you just go to your teacher and tell if you have any health issues or a chronic illness, chronic long time duration, that illness, okay, long duration illness. Yogic practices should be adopted on the basis of the principles of the progress. Okay, some certain rules must be there, those rules must be followed. Simple procedures should be used at first. Simple procedures, simple, okay, techniques and simple asanas. First you have to do. Later, more challenging ones can be trained. Later, you can you can perform some more complicated asanas like start with the basic yogic exercises and work your way up to more complex ones. Okay, from starting some simple asanas to ending complicated asanas, going to complicated asanas like any these are mental and physical workouts. Physical workouts, these are all the things. Mental workouts, taking any moral and practicing that moral at a time. You don't hope to continue your fasting for 1 week continuously, no. So one day you fast first, okay, later 2 days you do, like that you have to increase. Other physical activities shouldn't be done at the same as yogic practices. These are two distinct types of activities that can be done at the same as yogic practices. These are two distinct types of activities that could each be practiced individually. So other physical activities you must not do while you are doing yoga. So once yogic practices have been correctly learned with a proper teacher, then they can be practiced at home. Okay, before after learning all the things from the teacher, then the individual can practice at home. Yoga has more than one meaning. As a result, in addition to asana and pranayama, one should live a moral and ethical life. So, yoga has different various meanings. Okay, we have already discussed about them and will discuss again more. Some prayers are there, opening prayers. See this opening prayer, this is from Common Yoga Protocol. We chant this this Sangachadvam. I'll just want to recite it. No? Okay, meaning you just read out. Sangachadvam samvadatvam Samvo manasi janatham Deva bhagam yata purve Sanjanana upasate Sanjanana upasate. Its meaning is there, you just read out. You can use that prayer or this prayer also. This is about Sun Lord. Hiranmayena patrena satyasyapi hitam mukham Tattvam pusanna pavrono Satyadharmaya drustahe. This is one more prayer. This is Patanjali. Prayer for Patanjali Maharshi. Yogena chittasya padena vacha Malam sharirasya cha vaidyakena Yopakarotham pravaram muninam Pathamjalim pranjaliranatosmi. You can use this also as opening prayer. See. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Closing prayer. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukbhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Yes. So like this you can practice these shlokas, chanting shlokas, very important. Being a yogic practitioner, you must know these all the shlokas and their meanings. So these are the precautions we take before doing yoga. Thank you so much.